What it means to me to be recognized as a Castle Connolly Top Doctor is it makes me feel very proud and very honored to be recognized by Castle Connolly, which I feel is really one of the few very reputable doctor rating companies. And I know that I was handpicked based on my patient care and the quality of my care. So to be selected under these criteria makes me feel really proud, and I'm really happy. The fact that I was nominated by a peer is very important to me because it really means a lot that a peer who would be another physician who understands what it takes to be a good doctor thought of me and nominated me. So when I think about that, it makes me feel really excited and even more proud about getting the distinction. I initially decided to become a physician because all my life I decided that I just wanted to do something that would help people. And when I thought about people that are sick or in need or have family members that are sick, I really thought that those are the people who really need the most care. So although I don't have anyone in my family who's a doctor, at that point I decided I wanted to be a doctor because I can help people in their times of most need, in a sense. And I chose internal medicine and pediatrics. My field is something called Med-Peds, where I'm board certified in both internal medicine and pediatrics. And I chose this field because I really love providing primary care to pediatric patients, so birth to like 20, and also internal medicine patients. So that would be from young adulthood all the way to 80s and 90s. I really like providing primary care because primary care allows me to take care of the whole patient. So not just the medical aspects, but also their social needs and mental and psychological needs. And this is really what satisfies me every day, to be able to do that. Well, the patient experience of somebody who comes into our office, so we're the Mount Sinai Japanese medical practice. So a majority of our patients are Japanese or Japanese American. That means that many of our patients have just come from Japan and they're most comfortable speaking in Japanese. So the patient experience for these patients is that they come in, they're greeted by Japanese American or Japanese receptionists and staff. They greet them in Japanese. Everything in the office is bilingual as far as handouts and documents. And they can go through the entire checkup or visit in Japanese. So I think for the Japanese patient who's just from Japan, who's much more comfortable speaking and interacting in Japanese, they can have a very reassured, comfortable experience coming to our office. We also have, and are very happy that we have non-Japanese patients that find us and they're happy that they stumbled upon us. As far as where I see medicine going in terms of diversity and inclusion, I feel that more and more medicine will really need to incorporate and embrace diversity and inclusion because our society is luckily full of people of all different backgrounds, different languages, and I think that all people want to receive their health care, medical care in a comfortable way, which often means having their differences embraced. So I really feel that medicine is going that direction, as well as our society, where we recognize everyone for their differences and see that as a plus and try to cater to their differences and try to provide care, for example, in their language or in a style that makes each group of person feel comfortable. So at least I hope that it will go that way. My experience as an Asian physician has been very positive because ever since my residency, I was very lucky to be placed in the Japanese medical practice where I can fully use my skills speaking Japanese and also understanding the culture. So it's been really satisfying to not only provide medical care, but be able to take care of the patient holistically, being able to recognize some of the challenges they may have being Japanese, coming into the country, not being here for very long. I'm also a child of an expat family. So when I came to the United States, I was only 3 years old. My father was an expat who was transferred to the United States. And I remember very well my parents, especially my mom, not speaking English very well, taking me to the doctor, and I had to translate for my mom. So it feels really good to be able to communicate with the patients in Japanese. I know it really reassures them. Well, I think growing up Asian in this country, I have always been part of a minority group, although a large minority group. So I've always been sensitive to how I could be different from kind of the mainstream population in some ways as far as culture and language. So I've become very sensitive to the needs of people who have different language needs or cultural needs. So I feel that being an Asian physician has given me that ability to sort of see what people need if they're from a different background. And so when people come to our office, whether they're Japanese or another Asian group, I think that the patients sense that I'm sensitive to their backgrounds and that I care, and that I see it as kind of a positive aspect of them, that they're maybe from a different diverse background. So I think that it gives me that sensitivity and empathy because I grew up being a part of a minority group myself.